Today is Thursday, March 28th, and here in Tai High, we are excited to share with the community the inaugural edition of our Creative Carvers and Carpenters initiative. It'll begin this summer, July 8th through August 8th. And this initiative is a cross-cultural carpentry apprenticeship in an expeditionary learning environment. We're inviting young people from Baltimore and DC and Virginia and Ohio and Columbus and Cleveland to learn from some of our elders, our master carpenters and art historians, some of our master carpenters and master plumbers. We're asking young people that are interested in being a solution to the housing crisis in urban communities that are facing blight and dilapidation and functional obsolescence. We're asking young people from these regions to be a resource to their community by investing in their own knowledge, by withdrawing this knowledge from our elders. And today we have two incredible Babas that will be in leadership of this year's inaugural Creative Carvers and Carpenters program, one from New York City, based in Queens by way of Nigeria, another from Columbus, Ohio, at the Gallery of the Hood. And so we're going to talk a little about who they are and how they came to be master carvers that are committed and focused on preserving and promoting the African identity in the diaspora, and how they have also contributed to building the symbolic and physical landscape of the communities where Black and Brown people live. We're going to begin with our very own Baba, David
And myself, I cannot explain how all this thing is done by my bare hand with only my chisel and my mallet to do this incredible work. It's a talent that I had when I was young that many people cannot even believe that I can still doing it with all my accolades in politics, professionally, and humanitarianly all over the world. It's amazing. It's only God that can, know how it happened. Myself, I cannot explain to you that I know how it happened. All I know is that I'm doing it, and I'm doing it well. And I will continue to do it to the best of my knowledge as I'll be heading to Africa now.
I'm a Yoruba priest of Shango. I was initiated in the Oyatunji village in Beaufort, South Carolina by Baba Osurjimen. I also am a wood carver. I learned by hanging out with other wood carvers, Tom Pannell, Rick Boughton. I now do relief carving, which we call patikis. It means a way of telling, a way of recording important places and events, patikis. So I do relief carving. I tell stories through my wood carvings. Should you ever come to the African Village in Columbus, Ohio, to the William H. Thomas Art Gallery, the Gallery in the Hood, Urban Cultural Arts Foundation, you'll see many of my works on display.
Baba, can you tell us why this work that you do is important for the next generation of young carvers that are coming behind you?
I'm just carrying on a Yoruba tradition of recording. I had the opportunity to meet Akafeke in Oshobo, Nigeria. He was teaching at the University of Ifa. I've also met some of his sons and grandsons, and they've come here and visit my gallery and have art shows and done workshops. as well. It's just a way of recording our history. It's a tradition that uh, I use. We generally use by word of mouth or through carvings or through dance rather than writing things down as Europeans have done. I'm just carrying on a tradition.
And so tell us, what does carving a mask have to do with building a house?
Hmm. I'm not sure. Um, in that you use tools, a mask. I don't carve masks per se. You might ask the other brother that question. He probably could answer it better than I can.
Okay, Baba. Well, on that note, we're going to introduce Baba David Coyote, who's here with us now. Baba Coyote, can you please introduce yourself? We can hear you now. Or maybe we can't. Baba Coyote?
You
Un-
muted him. You muted him earlier. Did you unmute him?
yes. Please unmute yourself, Baba Coyote. Yeah, just click unmute on your phone. Click unmute on your house phone. We've certainly tried, Baba Coyote. Maybe if you disconnect your house phone and call back in, that'll help. So, Baba Shango, you said that there is no connection that you
No.
can connect in or that resonates with you or that comes to mind when you think about what carving a mask or carving an element of our historic preservation, what that has to do with maybe building a house. And yet you also come to us as a master plumber and as a carpenter, and you embody both of these skill sets. Can you speak to us about some of your work in community development and revitalization, where your gallery in the hood is located?
Yeah, I can do that. We bought our gallery in. We bought the building for our gallery in 1976 for $200, and it was the ghetto at that time. You could bought any house on Brighton Road for 16,000 or under, and so by taking using my skills as a plumber, I helped build most of the high rises you see in Columbus, either the plumbing or the heating systems, the convention centers, hospitals, meat, paper mill, Honda plants, you name it. And I helped to work on it. So utilizing those skills and people who I knew were in the skills, I could get them, barter with them, trade with them, or to come and work on our gallery. And we bought it in 76, and it took us about 13 years to gut it and open up to the public. We opened up to the public in 89 for Black History Month, and we've been going strong ever since. We're probably one of the oldest Black owned and operated galleries around. The key word is owned and around. So that's how I was able to utilize those skills. I think it's very important for young men coming up today to have a skill, have something that you can do that No one can take it away from you once you get it, your skills. We used to have metal shop, wood shop, audio visual aids, and things like that when I was coming up. They seem to taken all those kind of curriculum out of the school system and trying to send everybody to college, and that's not working because those that go to college, chances are they aren't going to end up doing the trade that they learned in college, and a lot of them are coming out with just big debts from not finishing college and not having a job to be able to pay those debts off. So it's not a good system. Um, I think trade is a good system for to raise a family. You can make a good
Wow.
livelihood from it. Uh, I was a union plumber, local 189. I started off in Boston, local 12. I was the 10th black apprentice to come through that union. And boy, did they try to give us hell. The Italians didn't like us. The Irish didn't like us. But I got a pair of nunchucks, and that's before Bruce Lee or anybody knew what they were. And I wore them in my ruler pocket. And I said, "You mess with me if you want to." I could take 5 of them out with a pair of nunchucks. But anyway, and then I came back to Columbus to give them my union card, and they said, "We aren't part of the UA. We don't have to accept your card." They were lying. They didn't want to give me a job. But the rule is if a job comes up and none of the regular union members want it, then they have to give it to whoever asked for it. And the job came up working high in the air in Newark, Ohio with the iron workers, and it was snowing, and nobody wanted it. I said, I'll take it. And then the business manager said, "You sure none of you boys want this job? You know I don't want to give it to this." Bump, bump. So I took the job and been working out of that local ever since. I retired after 55 years. I even taught first year apprentices. I became an instructor. So the ones that were hating me, I ended up teaching their sons the trade. So the key is to endure, you know, to don't quit, to stay fast, to survive, and things will change. They'll go around in a circle. So that's
Wow.
part of my experience here with the unions and the trade. So people come to the gallery, and I say, "This is a gallery, a nonprofit gallery. Donate, volunteer, whatever you can." So I've used a lot of my retirement money to keep the gallery going. I put in about 20 to 24,000 a year just to pay the essential bills, the utilities, and paying for art shows and whatever. Not only do we have art shows there, but we have Tai Chi classes on Thursday nights at 6 o'clock. We have think tanks. We'll come up with a topic and we'll invite someone with expertise on that topic to speak on it. And that way we can learn. We've done What in the Blink Do You Know? We've done on physics. We've done it on sacred geometry. We've done it on any number of topics. Philosophy. There's 7 major philosophies. We might interchange different philosophies 2 or 3 times a day. So it's just a place for learning, to get information, symbols and signs. We deal with a lot of symbols and signs. And if you can understand the symbol and sign, it might tell you 1,000 things just from if you understand that. So we do that also.
Wow, Baba Shango, that's certainly you use your life as an example of how carving a mask or carving as a skill set relates to community vitalization, and Gallery in the Hood sounds like a great example of that. I want to go back to Baba Coyote.
All right. Good afternoon, every one of you. My name is Reverend Dr. Babajide David Coyote. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Ijero Kingdom, Nigeria, West Africa. And I came to this country, about 46 years ago. as a student. And I will tell you a little bit about myself, since I'm glad to, it's like myself and Baba Chango, we are like identical twins. He's interested in what wood can turn to make life to be enjoyable. And he's a unionist like myself. I was a delegate for 371 in New York City, the largest civil service union, before I retired about 7 years ago. And after retirement, I became union organizer for the DC 37. So let me tell you a little bit about my carving life. I have to tell you something, it might be unusual, but nobody teach me how to carve. I just pick it up growing up. And the knife that I use to do carving, I do it, I made the knife myself. Through grocery, go to blacksmith and do the knife there. And I started this probably, I can tell you maybe more than 60 years ago. Because when I was little, I started this. And gradually, I developed it. And in about 1970, during the Nigerian Civil War, I started carving staff, cane, you call it here, for the military people. That one is not fanciful because you don't need to put face or anything. I started that. But when I came back when I left Nigeria in 1977 precisely, I don't do anything about carving again. Probably about 3 years before I left Nigeria, I don't do anything with it, but it's in me because it's nothing, nobody teach me. I know it. And if I want to carve anything, I don't even need to sketch it. Before I just know what I will carve inside me. You won't know what it is until it becomes what I want it to be. But when I came to this last 2019, my youngest son asked me that, Daddy, we see your picture and you say you do wood carving. Now you're not doing anything. Why you don't start doing the carving? I said, well, I don't have tools. And he went out to buy me shiso. He said, what do I buy? I said, the most important thing is shiso. And, maybe you buy some paper or you buy this. And they went out to buy me the whole box of my, like, carpentry material, box from my Home Depot. And they went out to bring all wood from everywhere they can find one. And I started do carving. And it's amazing that everybody they put it to people and I send it to friends. But what makes it different in New York City is that nobody believes that I can do wood carving because of my involvement in politics. I'm a politician in New York City here. So they don't believe it until Channel 12 came to me to interview me about what I do, and I explained to them that I grew up in a palace where all the pole is wood carving, where the seat is wood carving, but nobody do wood carving in my family. But based on my grandfather, which was the Prime Minister of the Benin Empire by then, before I was born, they make every chief or king house you go to, mostly in a Yoruba kingdom, you will see wood carving statues all over, up to Benin Empire, which was part of Yoruba Empire before. All these things, I developed this thing on my own. And now it's very easy now, easier than when we're doing it. That you have to do it, you have to sand it. Now we have every instrument now. You don't do sandpaper, like go and buy In those days, I couldn't find sandpaper growing up. I have to go to the bush. There is a leaf. They call sandpaper leaf. I don't know there is any English name for it. You will use it to sand. It do like sandpaper. But as time going on, we start using sandpaper, shisu. Now, anyone that wants to learn about wood carving now, we get it in an easy way. Because most of things that you will do is just to know what you want to do, and you can use electric or electric shisu, electric sandpaper. And now I even have, in my little workshop in the backyard, I have clamp that I use to hold wood. Before I use my hand to hold it. Things are very simple now, and it will be easy for the young one to know about it. And what I have in mind that makes me to be glad to do this thing is because of my promise when I was running for city council in New York City, which is one of the highest official political position in New York here. If you go to my profile, I say I'm for the young one. I want to create something that we put them out of the street corner. They were able to do something. And those are the things I'm still preaching. Be a retired drug addiction specialist in the state of New York. And I preach that they have to create something meaningful for all these young ones that they can go to do that we keep their time. Because the idle hand is a way for the devil to come in. When they have something to do and they know what they do, it can make them proud. They will do it joyfully. Maybe it's in carpentry or it's in wood carving. All these things will make them to be proud of themselves. So that is why I'm so glad when our princess Kim Paul brought this idea through one of my brother, Tokwe, in Maryland. And I embraced it. I said, oh, this is what I've been trying to do, and I will find time to do it. I will take time out of my busy time to do it, to make difference in the youth life, at least to make something to know about what is African carving is, how they do it, what is important of it in the society. Basically, most in West Africa, Nigeria, where I come from, and where I came from, the southwest of Nigeria, which is Yoruba, the most spoken African language in the world. That they speak in about 3 or 4 different countries. Now in Brazil, it's one of the official language in Brazil. So this thing makes me to be happy to be part of this team. And I'm so glad I see my own brother, Baba Shago, that we are almost identical twins in what our upbringing. So it will make it to be very enjoyable. And the kids, the youth today, will enjoy it, and they will see how we do it. The only thing I will include now is to be able to sketch that I don't even normally do. But if you want to teach, you have to let these kids to get it in the way that is simple for them. So they were able to do it rightfully, and they were able to trace your sketch. When it comes to do the face, how you will teach them how to do it. I'm very excited about this thing, this project is coming up.
So, Baba
So
Kayode,
that's all I have to say. If you have anything to ask me, I will answer.
Thank you, Baba Kayode. Can you show us an example of one of the carvings that you have created?
Okay, let me go and bring it, but you have to open so you can see it.
Thank you. It's incredible that you said that Baba Shango over in Columbus, Ohio, is just like your twin, both coming from Sweden.
I don't know if you can see now. This is head that I made, and this is to stick. But I'm going to bring mask. You will see mask, and I will let you see what they call panel. Panel is like the one on my door now because my entrance door is panel work, which I made too. But let me go and bring something here.
And we're looking at that incredible carving.
This is mat. I don't know if you see this very well.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, now I'm going to bring another type of mat that you can see. Now I'm going to bring the panel work. This is another mat you can see.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, now I'm going to bring what they call panel work. Panel work. This is what they call panel work. And this is another type of panel work. If we're going to start with the kids, we start with this simple one.
So you mentioned the wall, the engravings, and the writings on the wall. Baba Kayode, can you tell
Yes.
us, what do you believe learning about carving and African history has to do with revitalizing the building that we're doing in the communities where we see dilapidation and where we see functional obsolescence and where we see abandoned buildings? How can we take our young people from learning about their identity and learning these skills in carving to one day being instrumental resources in revitalizing and building our communities?
That will be a very perfect thing to do, and it will be good. And since we have, even to make it beautiful, we have carpenter, we have wood carver. By the time that both of them we combine our expertise together, and this young one see it in practice, they will be able to do it. It will be do what I'm doing, not only what I say. So they will see it in practice, and that will make them to be proud of themselves that they're doing something.
Baba Shango, you mentioned the importance for us to bring back trades and apprenticeships in the education of our young people. Would you say that young people would be interested in this? Is this something that you have found that they are interested in?
Very much so. They just need to be introduced to it. They need to be exposed to it. And they're not getting this exposure. I mean, everybody needs a house to live in. So there'll be plenty of work to build the houses and to maintain the houses, to repair the houses. And once you learn, can nobody take it away from you? And you can go, I've done plumbing in Germany, I've done plumbing in Canada, I've done plumbing in Africa, in Nigeria. And it's all different. But once
And
you know
I will invite you to Nigeria. That's good, that's sure.
I've been to Nigeria. I'd go to Oshobo. I have a friend
Oh,
there.
wow. That is where Auntie Nikki came from. Nikki, the gallery.
Do you know Bintu Olane? She was one of twin seven wives.
Oh, you mean the twin 7-7?
Yeah,
yes.
one of his first wife, Bintu Olane.
One of his son, I think he passed now, is from Oshogbo. Those are the people that brought fashion of braiding here to here in the 70s or early 60s. Yeah, I never met him, but I know his son. His son even came to my house to help me out long time ago.
Okay.
His son is a plumber.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to my house here in Queens to help me out. But he returned to Nigeria now.
Yeah, I was there when they were having the Civil War. Mama Conde was fighting the Oba. And I went there and I said, I told them not to fight. And Mama Conde moved there 500 years ago, and the Oba wasn't giving them good service, fixing the roads and things like that. So they would fight. They would fight every other day, and they would fight after 5 o'clock, and they would fight using juju or voodoo. They had this old lady. She just had an inner tube tied around her, and they would shoot M16s at her, and the bullets wouldn't hit her. And then she would take a chair and throw a chair at them, and maybe 20 of them would die. That's how they fight. They had another old lady there. She had a broom, and she'd take a piece of broom, twig from that broom, and touch you, and people will die. So I found it unbelievable when I was a.
Yeah, that's many things unbelievable. When you say it, it will be like a mystery that how that can happen. How that can happen, how they can have fire and they call rain to be raining and to quench the fire because they don't have firefighter. How do they do these things? How they can disappear? You come near them, you don't see them no more. Look how this thing is. It's in doing, but because of the religion brought to us, make us to forget it. Myself talking to you now, I'm a doctor of divinity. I study Bible from Genesis to Revelation and interpretation, as well learn some Quran, that I know the real of what is going on. I know real Africa. That is why I'm so interested in this wood carving from my beginning, to this moment that I can still do it. I'm getting old now, but the knowledge is still in me.
Yeah,
Nobody can take it out of me.
I'll be 78 in May.
Wow. I will be 74 in July.
Yeah. Can I show y'all some of my carvings? A couple of them anyway.
Yes, Bob. Oh, we would love that. Please show us some of your carvings.
Well, let me go down. I'm at my house. But here's some of the.
I would love to see that. Maybe because we have all different style of carving, and now I will learn from his own expertise.
See Shango?
Wow.
Here's one of my favorite pieces of artwork. That's done by Ed Costin. But let me take you down. And let me see what this does. There's a mosque.
Oh, wow. Is this part of your collection or you carve all this yourself?
No, that's part of my collection.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you my carving. Can you see that?
Because we can repeat all these things, we can do these things by looking at what you have and we do it.
I'm trying to.
All those connections is carved by the people that doesn't even have any education. They just come in, they don't even know how to draw, so they just start carving and they make something out of
This
wood.
is collection. Collection.
Oh, that look like the Benin sword for the king.
Collection. Collection.
Wow.
My lift, my elevator that goes upstairs. Let me show you some more. Oh, my Dogon door.
Yeah, I have. That is what they call panel work. Panel work.
Shango.
Yeah, okay. Even I carved one Shango Marina when I was young that carried that the axe up like this. That I don't know if I can be patient enough to do such thing now.
Ibeji.
Wow, those yes. Those are heard like from Ife, Benin. Those are the two places where they have the best wood
this is
carving.
Akapeke.
Ife, Benin, and Oshogbo.
This is bronze from Benin.
Yeah, that's Benin. That's Benin head, immortal head. I related to Benin too. Maybe that's where the carving come out of me.
Shango staff.
Yes, the staff.
Okay. This is my workshop.
Okay.
This is what I'm working on now.
Oh, okay. That's a beautiful panel work.
And here's some of my tools.
Oh, you get the whole set tools for the carving. I only use regular carpenter tools. Like I start to buy some curved chisel and all this. Those are the things that we never had before. That
you see
we
the
only
relief?
use regular chisel and axe.
Well,
and so
these are the best. Those are the Swiss. They stay
I
sharp.
would like to get that set too if I know where they're selling it. Because I never take it serious. I just do it. But now if I have to teach the kids, I have to get all those things.
See that?
Well, we certainly want to know how they started doing carving back when there was no sandpaper, when there was just leaves, and when you were doing no sketching, when you were using just the picture in your mind's eye. And now we'll show them the continuum of where we went from in the origin to where we have come now. It's a spectrum that'll take them through their identity in carving and how that relates to now building, shaping, and designing the landscape on which they live. We're going to talk about sacred geometry. We're going to talk about the respect for the elements that we use to create these wood carvings, the trees. We're going to teach them. Oh, we love that book, Sacred Geometry. Thank you so much for showing us that, Baba. But all these things matter. Signs and symbols and the beauty and mathematical creation. And that's what we're doing. The golden section, nature's greatest creation. And also the greatness of the Yoruba people that Baba Kayode will represent and that he embodies. And so I want to thank you, Baba, so much for coming on to talk about the Carvers and Carpenters initiative. Again, that initiative this year is going to be July 8th through August 8th. And we're looking for 14 to 25-year-olds that want to get paid to learn, to travel, and apprentice under these master carpenters, carvers, and art historians, so that you can be used as a resource to your community. You can be a part of the solution to the housing crisis in your community. We thank you so much. Stay tuned.
Are we going to assemble in Maryland or where? Or are we going to do it on YouTube or what?
So the young people are coming from Baltimore City, from Columbus, Ohio, as well as Cleveland, Ohio. And this will be...
So which means we have to relocate during the period, right?
Yes. The young people will have to travel, and so will you, Baba Kayode. We will all be together, face to face. Some things, technology can help us to communicate, and some skills like carving, you have to do with your hands, face to face. And so we look forward to being with you in person. Thank you so much for giving us your time today. This is only the beginning. do you have any last words that you would like to say to the young people, the parents, and the communities that will be coming along on this journey with us this summer? Any last words to say to them? Let us start with Baba Kayode.
Okay, thank you. And I would like Baba Chango to see if I can get the set of that tools for carving. There are special tools for carving, but I use regular carpentry something. So if I can get that, I won't mind to buy it. And if you can give me directive where to get it, because
Yeah,
I never take it so serious. I have a lot of tools. I have a lot. But it's for carpentry, I have
send
saw,
me
I have, there's
send me
nothing
your
I don't have.
email.
But I don't have that type of set.
Send me your email and your address,
Okay.
or have the sister send it to me, and I'll see that you
Okay.
get. I'll share some of my
All right.
tools with you. In the meantime, I'll tell you where you can buy it on your own.
Okay. All right.
Certainly, we're
Yeah.
all going to be using Baba Shango's tools when we get to Columbus, to the gallery in the hood. So we're going to all learn more about the tools of the carving trade as well as the housing redevelopment trade. Baba Shango, do you have any last words?
Yes, it is. It is our. It is our time. We need to begin to vibrate at the same frequency so we can communicate and help humanity. There's time and there's space, and this is our time, and this is our space to do what everyone's been waiting for us to do, which is lead the way, save humanity.
Yes, Asante Sana, Ashe, Amen. All of those affirming words that spur us on our quest. It is done. And we look forward to our next conversation, and all the young people and families out there listening, all the community partners, all of the self that we refer to as our community. Stand up, get involved, be engaged with the Creative Carvers and Carpenters Initiative, summer 2024, July 8th through August 8th. See you soon. Thank you, Babas.
You're welcome.